Welcome back. You are watching Politically Correct with me, Maya Hayakawa. We are here with John Swaka, one of Nairobi's finest family lawyers, and we were just getting into prenuptial agreements. Would you recommend it? Do you think that it's helpful?
No, it's not helpful at all. It's inconsistent with the Constitution. And
oh, really? You cannot get one here? Can you?
There's a provision in the Marriage Act, but you know, that particular provision, in the best of my knowledge, is not consistent with the Constitution. Why? Because if I'll be telling you that I'm marrying you, but come the dissolution of the marriage, everything that we ever bought during the existence of that marriage belongs to me, it's killed the spirit of the distribution of matrimonial property. It also injures the same spirit that has been embodied in the Constitution that says that all parties to a marriage have equal rights before the marriage. That means
even
at the point of getting to marriage, you're equal. You're equal parties. You understand? What you got before the marriage, what I got before the marriage, come on, it's mine, it's yours. Unless I just want to give it to you, that's sour. But it's yours.
Ah, okay.
We're equal. There's nothing like, much as we get into this marriage, because you have this and this, all this is mine. No, no, we're all equal. Should be treated equally.
So if I get a divorce, am I entitled to the assets that you got prior to the marriage? No, I'm not. No. It's only what we acquired together. Okay.
And after what I've demonstrated, we must show direct, indirect contribution. Parties to a marriage have equal rights before the marriage. During the marriage. During the marriage now, we come to what are we acquiring? We have equal rights to this. If it's you who did the major contribution and the major whatever, then of course, if I can prove on my part as a man that, well, I did direct or indirect contribution, I'll get my share as well. Do you understand? Yeah. So it's nothing like saying, no, 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 it's only for the wife who can be considered for this. You are a man. If you just, your contribution was indirect, forget about it. The man, the woman are treated equally. When you come to after the marriage, also parties have equal rights. So the time of dissolution of this marriage, you look back to the law. What did you come in with? What they came back, what they came to the marriage with belongs to me, belongs to you. What you acquired together, let's be treated equally. Let's be treated right in the law. After the marriage, we have equal rights as well. You understand? So prenuptial agreements have an element of distorting that particular provision, because somebody may come up with a prenuptial agreement that basically takes away your rights within the marriage before, during, and after. And so if the prenuptial agreement drawn in such a way that they support the spirit of the Constitution, then that's okay. But if it's drawn in a way that it defrauds a party to a marriage, or it takes away what legally will have belonged to that person, then the best of my knowledge, the same is inconsistent with the spirit of the Constitution. To be null and void. And it would be void? It would be void.
All right. Once you get a divorce, are you entitled to spousal support?
Of course, depending on what you prove. And this again cuts across both parties. Initially, people believed the man ought to maintain, to support the wife. But now even husbands, men can actually fight for support from their wives.
Are you seeing an increase of house husbands?
I haven't seen that. Yeah. But one thing I know of is that if you're able to demonstrate before the law that during, first of all, the other party is guilty of the divorce, it's through his or her actions of omissions or commission that have actually made us land here. Two, that party is the one who's taking care of the aggrieved spouse during the pendency of the marriage. Then now you can say, and since you're dissolving it, I want this party to continue taking care of me. Then the court will definitely consider all elements of this particular marriage and the dissolution and who is guilty and who is supporting who by look at the evidence.
How much as well.
The evidence that will have been tendered, and then the court will actually give directions as to who will support who. Yeah.
What about in terms of child custody and child support? How does the court make these decisions, and yeah, what happens then?
Again, the Constitution, let's go back. Parties have same rights, the equal rights before, during, and after. Now, where a child has been born into a marriage, then that marriage has been dissolved, the support of this child is a prerequisite of both parents. The Constitution says half-half. But again, we have the Parent Act, which is the Children's Act, which actually does demonstrate much more of the man in terms of providence. And the mother usually is given custody, and the father access. It doesn't mean that the father cannot be given custody. If conditions arise which show that the children are better off, or the child is better off with the father, then the court will do so. All decisions that are made concerning a child, you must understand that they're made within the best interest of those minor children, or of that minor child.
So what factors do they put into consideration?
It has nothing to do with you and me, or the mother or the father. The factor that the court may look at is, for example, is the father in a position to support the child much more than the mother in terms of providence. And yes, the father is working, maybe the mother is, was a housewife. Definitely, we don't say 50-50. The court will say, provide shelter, provide food, provide school fees, medical. And the mother, try and get clothing and other small things. You can pay for water and electricity, perhaps, or maybe a house girl, maybe to be able to take care of the child.
Do you think that in a way kind of encourages women not to want to be independent in some way and in some cases?
Of course it does, and of course men have been up in arms and saying that somebody is using the child, the mother is using the child to milk me out. And apparently there's just no way you can control it, you know, because, I mean, when a child is found out of wedlock, it has to be supported. And if the child was found within wedlock, but the marriage dissolved, that child must be supported. The only thing is, if you have proof that you're being swindled of your money, if you have proof that somebody is using the child to defraud you, you can table the same to the court. And the court will actually look at it and be able to come up with a different kind of solution. Some people are told, do the shopping, do the school fees, do everything, and just release a little bit of the money for purposes of emergency and a few other things here and there. And so, yeah, there's a way you can go around it. Yeah.
All right. You know, we're seeing it becoming more and more modern. Less and less people are getting married and are just cohabitating and, you know, can choose to have children. Does the law cater for such unions?
Cohabitation? Of course. I think the law is clear that if you live with somebody for 6 months, you can move forward and have it declared as a marriage. Yeah, and so then the rights of a marriage come in. Yeah.
But how do you prove that? Because maybe I just have a housemate and we're living for 6 months, and then does that make us automatically
No.
man and wife?
Yeah, of course, it will not be just a matter of living if you hold out as a husband and wife, if you're enjoying conjugal rights, if you hold out. You know, if I give there's a shopkeeper out there and tell the shopkeeper, hey, this lady will be taking things under my account. We are living with her. She's no mama nyumba and all that. Those are additional proofs. You know, you take photographs, you introduce yourself, each other to your friends and to your families. Then that can form a basis under which somebody can claim that I lived with this man, I lived with this woman as a husband and wife. So it's not automatic, but if you have the grounds to do that, then it can be declared a marriage.
All right, well, I've had such a lovely discussion with you. I've learned so much today, things that I didn't know. But just to finish off, where can people find you if they want your services?
Well, Clear Trust is found at Hurlingham. You have a Nairobi office at Hurlingham, Nyaku House. That is along Agwins Kodhik Road. Agwins Kodhik Road, Agwins Kodhik Close. There's a Nyaku House there. We're just on first floor. We have a Barclays Bank below. We are on first floor. And so we deal with a myriad of issues, not only family law, but we deal with land issues, we deal with criminal issues, we deal with civil issues. And so we try and educate the public. We try and help people who may not be able at times to afford legal fees. And so we do it on pro bono basis. And yeah, we're able also to go into prisons and just give people legal knowledge. Go into churches, go into communities. We're on radio, we're on Hope FM. Yeah, we have got to make a few studies here and there on television, and people are welcome, so as we may be able to assist them.
Thank you so much, and thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm glad.
For those of you who are planning to get married, are married, or are recently coming out of a divorce, I hope that today's show definitely gave you some knowledge in terms of the marriage law. That's it for today's show. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you do check out our Facebook page. That's Politically Correct Kenya. Give us your views on what you think of today's show. Remember that you can also find us on Twitter at PCorrectKE is where you can find us. That's it for tonight. I hope that you have a lovely night. I'm Maya Hayakawa, and goodbye.